The purpose of this video is to explain how we cite direct quotations we've placed within our writing. I'll be using the MLA citation style, but the logic should be the same for most other styles like APA, ASA, and Modern Chicago. In the previous video, we discussed the introduction to a quotation, and how a quotation should never stand by itself as a separate sentence. In this video, however, we'll focus on the conclusion to a quotation. The first thing to understand is that all direct quotations, as well as paraphrases of another person's ideas, require recognition within your writing. The recognition starts with quotation marks, whenever you use the exact words of another author. Second, most modern citation styles now use a set of parentheses, or rounded brackets, at the end of a quotation. Inside the parentheses is information regarding the source of the quotation. In the MLA style, all that's normally required is the last name of the author and the page from which the quotation is taken. In other styles, you may need more or less information. The rest of the details for the source are found in the bibliography or works cited at the end of your essay. In terms of spacing, there is a space between the last quotation mark and the first parenthesis, no space between the first parenthesis and the author's name, a space between the author's name and the page number, and no further spaces at the end. Any subsequent reference to that author's work uses ibid, which is short for the Latin ibidem, or the same place. If the quotation is from the exact same page as the previous quotation, we just use ibid. The page number is redundant and unnecessary. However, if the subsequent quotation is from another page in the same work, then we write ibid and the new page number. Please note that if you use two or more authors, you'll have to start over again with the full MLA citation every time you use a new author. Let's say our second intervening quotation is actually from Smith. We would need a full MLA citation for Smith and go back to a full citation for Jones if she is the author of the third quotation. In terms of punctuation, you might have noticed that there is no period at the end of the quotation. In the modern citation styles, it's considered incorrect to use two periods. A period at the end of a quotation would conflict with the period that must come at the end of your sentence. The first period from the original quotation is thus omitted. Treat it like a silent and invisible period right after the quotation mark. However, if the original quotation ends in a question mark or an exclamation mark, then you should include it along with the period at the end of the sentence. I hope this introduction to in-text citations has been helpful. There are, to be sure, many more issues to examine on this topic, so please ask for help if you have any more questions.